Like, I really wish I could be like Bear, but like a man, because...
Why would you wish to say bear?
Because, like, I don't know, like, I feel like if it were a bear... Again, it just depends on the context. Like, if I ran into a man at 3 in the morning...
Not 3 in the morning.
But, like, yeah, the man.
Okay, but you said you
go.
wished you could pick bear. Why?
Yeah, because I feel like the point of that is, like, you know, like...
Rationality.
Do you think the bear will be less of a raper?
The point of that, yeah, like, the point of that question's, like, yeah, that's the point of the question.
Why would the man sexually assault you?
It's very common.
How common?
Well, I've read it's 1 in 4, but I think it's a lot higher because every woman I know has been sexually assaulted, and a lot of men I know have also been sexually assaulted by men.
So what do you think the percentage is?
Like, documented or undocumented?
Just what do you think?
I think it's gotta be like, I don't think anyone in their life hasn't been sexually harassed or assaulted in some way.
No.
Women
So
are
but
also
what do you think the
that.
percentage is?
Yeah.
My best friend was just sexually assaulted by a woman.
Yes.
Okay, but what do you think the percentage is?
Did I ever say that that's not possible?
No, she didn't. What do you think the
Yeah.
percentage is?
Probably like 99.9%.
Haha, what do you think the percentage
Wait,
is?
come on.
Undocumented, 99.9%.
Out of wait.
Everyone, like out of everyone in this world.
No, I'm not asking like how many people do you think have been assaulted? I'm asking like how many men do you think are likely to sexually or have sexually assaulted someone?
That's like a very... Probably all of them.
100%?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah. Even if it were unintentionally, like, yeah.
So you think every single man that you've passed on the street, you think your dad has sexually assaulted someone? Do you have brothers?
No.
Do you have nephews, uncles?
Yeah.
You think they've sexually assaulted someone?
I don't really trust that they haven't.
Why? Why would you think that they have?
Well, I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, like I wouldn't accuse them of that, but like I just think it's very, very common and unlikely that it wouldn't happen, you know?
But you're saying you think 100% of men.
Yeah.
Do you know the actual statistic?
I don't know the documented statistics, but also I know a lot of survivors are very scared to open up about that.
Yeah, there's like undocumented, but what do you think the statistic is?
Okay, again, 99.9.
No, like real statistic. Do you think it's 99.9?
No, 25%.
The other panelists.
Okay. Man or bear on a hike, random man or random bear on a hike.
Well, I've been on hikes and I've come across random men, but I haven't come across a bear yet. So I would say the man.
Okay.
Man. Absolutely a man.
Man.
Okay. So you're the only one that picked bear.
I didn't pick bear though.
Well, you said
I said
you
man,
wish
but I
you
wish
could
I could
pick
say
bear.
bear.
But why would you wish that?
Because I get the point of that question is to like.
What's the point of the question?
The point of the question is to like show that, you know.
But what do you really feel if it is bear?
But what-
I mean, because her response was basically around bear.
What is
It's
the
like
point of the
death or
question?
like
Rape.
trauma. Yeah.
That's what you think. But that's a
death or
problem. That's what
trauma.
you think.
So you're saying that like every man that you pass on the street, you think they've sexually assaulted someone or would like to sexually assault you?
Not necessarily me, but women probably, yeah.
You said 99.9%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that your career option that you have right now kind of like skews your
Affects
brain?
it? Yes.
That's a great point.
You are constantly
do.
around men who are probably not like the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah, but also every woman outside of it that I've met has been sexually assaulted, and like a lot of men I have met have been sexually assaulted by men as well.
But to say that every single man on the planet has sexually assaulted somebody,
I'm
you
not
don't think
saying
that's
they-
outrageous?
Well, she asked if they have or have thought about it.
No, I didn't say
No.
thought. I said how many men do you think
And you
are
said 99.9%.
sexual
Yeah.
predators?
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
But like you're saying that like you think even like your father has done that and like your uncles and nephews and such.
I'm not going to accuse them again, but I'm just saying that it's probably like more likely than not. You know?
Everybody answer.
They all said man besides
Except
chair
for
one.
But I did say
no,
man.
she said man.
Oh, she said man?
She said man.
Yeah.
She just said that 99.9%.
No, she said man. At first she said man, then she said I wish I could pick bear, and then she went on to say that she thinks like 99.9% of men are sexual predators.
I see. Okay.
Even her family members.
Oh.
I'm not saying like
Wow.
they are. I'm just saying it's very like I don't want to think they're not.
Do you think they would be offended if like they heard you saying that?
I'm not accusing them of anything. I'm just saying I don't trust men.
You're
You
not
are accusing them, though.
You're not accusing,
I'm
but
not.
you're saying you wouldn't be surprised. It's like,
Because they're men.
it's like, what if I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if you were a neo-Nazi. Isn't that kind of weird? Right. So
I mean, but yeah, you don't know like
Based on her experiences and where she works,
Yeah.
and the people she surrounds herself with, I
Yes.
can understand where she comes to this
Yes.
conclusion.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Pasty George donated $200.
Yo,
and
thank you,
4
man.
cents.
so that's
Hold on.
just
Stop,
from my
stop,
trauma.
stop.
Allows up to $500 in super chats per day.
Yo, Pasty George, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Guys, if the TTS is coming through, please don't like talk over it. That is a good point. I know that that YouTube has limits, but we could still, I think we could still do it, I guess. Sorry, guys, I had to step away there, so some of these are coming in a little bit late.
Adzils donated $200. Brian, you're a 6. Don't be so harsh. Height is a factor. 6FT1 is beyond above average, so it evens out.
Thank you, man.
Quickfire question. Everyone's favorite Michael Jackson song?
Billie Jean.
Go.
Thriller.
Yeah, I like Billie Jean.
Thriller.
It's October.
Claire.
I guess Thriller.
Do you know who Michael Jackson is?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Yeah, you're 18, right? So I don't know. Do they?
I think everyone knows who Michael Jackson is.
But I feel like.
How is he
Do you
not
know the
been canceled?
Beatles?
Oh God.
Yes.
Is this patronizing? Is this
Yeah,
a little patronizing?
It's a little rude.
Well, I'm just
Wait, we're
like,
concerned
okay,
about that
how
now.
about I've talked to younger people and they're like, Nirvana, who's that?
Well, I just said a Michael Jackson song, and we're like the same age.
Well, Felicity, you are weird.
I think I'm normal.
I have like 4 Ozzy Osbourne tattoos.
Corey, thank you. Did that come through from Corey, Nick? Yeah, it did. Corey, thank you for it looks like you bought on a hoodie. Thank you.
Oh, that was
My point is,
see that question? Hey, you need to send in $200 to actually have that question be read out loud and then have it be said.
$200.04 to be exact.
That was
my point
That was
is
a funny
because of my trauma, I don't trust any man, no matter.
You only gave $10, buddy. You need to step up your game, and then we'll talk about your
Here's my issue
question.
with that, though. Here's my issue with that is what if we extend this justification to race? Say somebody's been traumatized by a black person. Does your statement that you made about men all of a sudden transmute into a racist one if you say, well, I've had trauma from black people, therefore I think this about black people? Is it racist?
Definitely.
So are you sexist against men?
I guess this specific view comes from trauma, and it is misandry.
Oh,
So-
it is misandry.
Yeah, which is
You're-
sexist.
Are you
Yes.
a misandrist?
Not like generally, no, but I think when it comes to trusting men, my trust for men's at a 0, which could be viewed as sexist or misandrist. You know?
Okay, so you would,
So I'll
you would
admit it.
consider yourself misandrist then?
That's not necessarily what I said.
Well, okay, in some, you don't take on the title in total,
no,
but
no.
you have misandrist positions, is that?
One,
more-
which is my lack of trust for men. I think in any other regard, no, but I think I've had a lot of negative experiences with men that makes me think that way. And I think misogynistic men also have trauma with women that make them misogynistic.
I think also statistically though, like your point of view is supported, because you can fact check me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 82% of like minors who get assaulted are women, and 90% of like assault cases are women, and like more than 95% of sexual assaulters are men. So I feel like if you do have like a distrust for men, like it is backed by statistics.
Yeah, but this justification, even if it is the case, and mind you, a lot of these, these stats are misrepresented. They can oftentimes be false. But just for the sake of argument, I'll go ahead and grant that, yeah, men are overrepresented in certain crime statistics. Sure, let's grant it. We'll grant it. It's probably true, although I do think a lot of these statistics are mischaracterized. For example, women will say, well, the majority of people who commit the crime of rape are men. Well, if by the definition, the criminal legal definition of rape prevents women from being deemed as committing that crime, while we as a society might say, well, somebody who's, like a woman who takes advantage of somebody, like we would call her a rapist. Criminally, it doesn't always work out that way. So if you actually look in these jurisdictions, women can't be convicted for the crime of rape.
Are you joking?
No.
Are you joking?
That's fucked up. I'm just saying, that's really fucked up.
You can look into it. So if the crime of rape, you as the perpetrator have to penetrate them, then women, I guess technically, like if you were to stick, I don't want to get detailed. If you want to like put your finger, whatever, like if you penetrate somebody as a woman without their consent under that circumstance, but like, for example, made to penetrate wouldn't constitute rape.
The fuck?
That's just how it is. But so when these statistics are presented, and
Can I see the definition? Am I allowed to fact check you? Like, I'm sorry. I just that's mind blowing.
Do you think it's not the case?
I think it's so fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up. But
Yeah.
it is the case in a lot of jurisdictions where women can't be found criminally liable, criminally guilty for the
It's harder.
the crime of rape.
Definitely harder.
I think unless they become
They
pregnant.
can be found guilty of other sex crimes, but the specific crime of rape,
Yeah.
in certain jurisdictions, you have to penetrate.
But
There's a penetrative component.
with something of your own body parts. I mean, you can penetrate a man with something
so
forcibly.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But like, for example, like if a woman like holds a guy's arms down and he's clearly not consenting,
Right.
and she has a gun,
Yeah.
and she forces him to penetrate her under threat, like coercive or violence.
Yeah, that's different.
That would not be considered rape.
Yeah.
It would be considered some other sex
But
crime.
if she held him down and forcibly penetrated him
Yeah,
with something, would that be rape?
Yes.
My
Or is that-
understanding, yes, that would
or
be
is that-
rape.
okay.
But most rapes I would view it as rape if a woman forces a man to penetrate her. But criminally speaking,
They're saying no reverse rape. Reverse rape doesn't exist, is what they're saying.
well, and by the way, the definitions vary by jurisdiction. But in any case, to the central point, you were saying a little bit of a tangent there. You were saying, well, it is the case that men commit these crimes more frequently. Well, my first point would be, it's a really small proportion of men. And so while it is in this, I'll grant it, while it might be true that men commit these crimes more frequently, a really, really small percentage of men commit these crimes. And I think it is bigotry to attribute to the group the behavior of a criminal minority of that group. In the same way, like, for example, the other complexity here is it then creates the opening, I guess you could say, for racists to say, well, hold on, this race commits more crimes than this race. This minority group commits more crimes than Asian people. And there are crime statistics that do account for race, right? Well, they factor this in. And so what is stopping an Asian person from justifying their racism towards black people by saying, well, hold on. And by the way, when it comes to almost all crimes across the board, Asian people commit these crimes the least, right? But they could look to white people, they could look to black people, they could look to Hispanic people and say, well, hold on, I'm Asian. Black people commit these violent crimes more frequently than Asian people do. You would agree, though, that to say, make some sort of blanket general statement about black people would be racist, right? Oh, do you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like, I'm fine with it, actually.
No. I'm not racist.
No, but would you would agree that it wouldn't be fair to paint all black people as, to start having bigotry or contempt or racist sentiment towards black people, despite the factual crime statistics that per capita, they do engage in certain crime more than other races.
I kind of forgot the question, but I'm just
we were
saying,
talking about,
yeah.
It sounded like you were saying, well, she's kind of justified. Even if, she didn't have her own trauma, I have stats. I have crime statistics, and it shows that men commit these crimes more often than women. 98% of, perpetrators of this crime are men. And you're essentially trying to get to, well, that's the justification for women's lack of trust in men, or, whatever it is, bigotry. The difference is I would say, while we can acknowledge that crime statistics are true and that there are discrepancies between men and women, even between races, that I would never go, even though, for example, black people commit more violent crime than whites or Asians, I would never say, well, we should treat the entire group, we should treat this entire group and appraise them generally, and appraise an individual black person who we don't know anything about as potentially being more violent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a counter to this, or, well, do you want to revise your position, or do you think what do you think?
I don't know. I don't really have any more comments on it.
But I mean, so I guess what were you trying to get at by saying, well, men commit these crimes more?
I just wanted to bring up the statistic that it is a 90% plus statistic for sexual assault, and that it's committed by men. So if you do take that into account, not saying that all men do this or that women can't be sexual predators. I'm just saying that I would understand why she has trust issues just based on statistical, maybe her own experiences.
Sure. Can I ask you this though? If a white person had their own individual traumatic experience with a black person, maybe one, maybe two, maybe three, and then they also showed you, hey, look at these crime statistics right here, would you understand their racism?
Not really.
No. Would you do you think their racism is justified?
No.
So why is sexism towards men justified?
I don't think it's sexism. I think
what is
it's
it?
Just. Well,
you tell me what it is.
I wouldn't call it sexism. I'm not saying that all men are
Well, here was your framing. You said you understand why she doesn't trust. Was that the right word? She doesn't trust men. Well, I'll just use the exact same language, but input race. Would you say you understand a white person who doesn't trust black people because they've been victimized by a black person, and they would show you, they can show you, trust me, crime statistics that show that black people per capita commit certain crimes disproportionately and commit crimes more often than white people or Asian people? Would you understand why somebody wouldn't trust a black person?
I guess logically, yes, I would, but for me personally, like, it would be different.
It's different. Well,
it's just different.
but that's where you and me differ. Where I would say, well, no, I don't think you should make generalized statements about black people or any other minority group, just as you shouldn't make these statements about men. Look, I think your position is a bit untenable. You're going to have to either revise your position and say that, you know what, Brian, you're right, we shouldn't make like these bigoted comments or whatever, or like, you know, these attitudes towards men are not really justified, or you're going to have to open the floodgates to justified racism. There's no way around it. I mean, that's the logical extension of your position. I had bad experience with this group of this person who belongs to this group. I have crime statistics that show this group does this, commits X crime more often. That's the opening. So will you stand with me against racism and sexism? Or will you allow for exceptions to sexism and racism so long as somebody has personally been victimized and they can show you crime statistics?
I guess I'll stand with you and not allow any sexism or
Okay,
racism.
all right, there we go. All right, good times. Okay.